Nick Dunne, you're probably the most hated man in America right now. Did you kill your wife, Nick?
Hello, welcome to What the Flick. Christy Lemire, Matt Atchity, William Bibiani, talking about a much anticipated movie, Gone Girl, David Fincher. This is a book written by somebody.
And now it's a movie.
So if you read the book, you know that there are twists and turns, but I did not read the book going into this. Did you read the book?
Neither did I. I had parts of it described to me by an ex-girlfriend. So I knew like there
That's
were.
a whole other story.
I knew. So I knew there would be twists,
Okay.
but beyond that, no. I knew
Please
nothing
describe
going.
it.
Okay, Ben Affleck marries a sort of celebrity type person played by Rosamund Pike. She goes missing, and the media does stuff to him. Let's check it out.
As you all know, my wife, Amy Elliott Dunn, disappeared 3 days ago. I had nothing to do with the disappearance of my wife. I have nothing to hide.
Has Amy got friends we can talk to?
No, not really.
You don't know if she has friends, you don't know what she does all day, and you don't know your wife's blood type.
I will practice believing my husband loves me, but I could be wrong.
You ever see that guy in the glasses before?
Amy is the kind of girl who attracts admirers.
Whoever took her is bound to bring her back.
I'm hoping you can tell me what this means.
Want to solve Amy's treasure hunt?
The hallmark of a sociopath is a lack of empathy.
Amy lost a lot of blood in there, then somebody mopped it up.
Why do they mop up the blood if they're trying to stage a crime scene?
Whatever they found, I think it's safe to assume that it's very bad.
I'd finally realized I am frightened of my own husband.
I would show you, as if you're doing a deposition, what to say, what not to say.
A trained monkey?
A trained monkey who doesn't get lethal injection.
She's going to eat you alive.
You assaulted her?
It's not good enough for you?
I hit her?
It's not even close.
Absolutely not. I never touched her.
We now believe Nick is involved in the disappearance of our daughter.
Without a body, without a murder weapon, their only hope is a confession.
Don't know anything yet? You need to tell me.
How was your marriage,
Are
Nick?
you asking me if I killed my wife?
Man of my dreams, this man of mine may kill me.
What about my son? Nick!
This man may kill me. In her own words,
This man may truly
kill me.
You ever hear the expression, the simplest answer is often the correct one?
Actually, I've never found that to be true.
So I think this is David Fincher's Hitchcock film.
I think he's done Hitchcock before. I
Okay.
think The Game was Hitchcock, and I think Panic Room felt like his
I think
rope.
this is his De Palma film.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you why I think it's Hitchcockian. In the twists and the turns, and also Rosamund Pike is just like the ideal icy Hitchcockian blonde.
That is true.
In that she is cool and elusive and way more cunning than you initially think.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a whole separate spoiler edition, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
so
'cause this
you can watch
movie-
this now.
Yeah.
But then click on the other one we're gonna do later on too.
Yeah.
But she is not who you think she is.
No, and I think that's pretty obvious from the get-go. The first half of this movie in particular is very mysterious and very gloomy, and Fincher films it beautifully. You know, like that scene in Rosemary's Baby where the camera doesn't follow people into the room and you're kind of craning your head to see what's going on there. He does that with editing. You're searching the entire movie for clues. Clues about what actually happened, clues about their marriage. It keeps a lot of the stuff at arm's length, and it is fascinating because Ben Affleck is really good, Rosamund Pike is very mysterious, and yeah, it's
Great
a
supporting cast here.
amazing supporting cast.
And surprising choices too. I was gonna say, so
yeah.
Jeff Cronenweth, who shoots all this stuff, shot this.
And he's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry's in this, real fast.
Who is great.
Who is
He's good.
great. He's shockingly good, and
Yeah,
he's like actually
when someone
perfectly
else
cast.
directs him and it's not Rob Cohen,
Someone
he can be
else
great.
writes his words.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in as this kind of sharky lawyer, like celebrity lawyer type, and he nails it. He's really good, and you get the appeal, and he's got the charisma that a lawyer like that would have. I want to point out, I think there's a certain genius in casting Ben Affleck as this Scott Peterson guy, as a guy who's hounded by the media. And if there's anyone we're used to seeing hounded by the media, Ben Affleck's on that list.
Well, and it's also commenting on the idea of there's different kinds of being in the media. There's the kind of media where the kind of attention you get even outside the media where it's like, I will be polite, I will smile, I will be nice to people who come up to me and ask for a picture or whatever. That's completely inappropriate when your wife has gone missing. And that's one of the things that screws him in this because, you know, there's this one thing where someone yells at him to smile while he's standing in front of his wife's missing poster, and then that shot goes in front of everyone. Like, look at this asshole smiling while his wife is missing. Yeah. And it's that sort of thing that's kind of terrifying about that kind of media scrutiny. The idea of just anything getting taken out of context.
It's interesting, like, you know, you can look at this for all the deep thematic stuff that is going on as far as, you know, how you can never truly know somebody, and how no marriage is totally reliable, and you think you know somebody and you really don't. But it actually is also just this very relevant indictment of
the media.
The media, and also the ability to manipulate reality, right? To create your own reality, and how the media seizes upon it. I just happened to watch Nightcrawler like the day before I saw Gone Girl, and you realize how prescient a face in the crowd was in terms of that being able to, even decades ago, set up a thing as a story, set up a thing as news, and the way everybody seizes upon that and changes it and tweaks it is kind of dead on as far as the media goes.
I don't know, but the thing about this movie though is that as you know, profound as it might seem, especially in like the first half, David Fincher is very playful in this. And I'm not gonna, we'll talk about it more in the spoilers, but you know, this movie takes twists and turns and it does not become what you expect. And it feels like, even though he's touching upon ideas of, you know, marriage, oh, you don't know who your spouse is. Oh no, oh, the media is gonna get you. At the same time, once the plot really kicks in and you find out what's really going on, you kind of have to giggle. And ultimately,
I laughed a lot.
I laughed a lot, and ultimately, I feel like all that media stuff, I feel like it didn't come to a more meaningful conclusion about it than that episode of The Simpsons where Homer stole the gummy Venus and got like accused of sexual harassment. It's ultimately the same kind of story, like, oh, he got screwed over.
Oh, it's been said
like,
a million times before, but it's said very well
but
here.
it's done. But that's the thing. That's why it's so Hitchcockian. Hitchcock would take a pretty standard thriller concept and he just make it so well. And that's the thing that's great about Gone Girl. Gone Girl is an airplane novel. I'm sorry, it's not brilliant. It gets a little absurd at times, and it's great because he shoots it well. The cast is amazing. He makes it fun. This is what was missing from his Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He sucked all the pleasure out of that movie by trying to make it hilarious. This movie is fun to watch, even when it's depressing and scary. I was thoroughly engaged, and I couldn't wait to see what happened next.
I see this as the blackest of black comedies. It really, it's got this really dark, kind of almost mean-spirited look at marriage and relationships and media. And in the context of all that, like, yeah, you know, the media frenzy that happens never really gets resolved. It doesn't need to, because it's just skewering that among a lot of other things. And I love this movie.
It positively glides though. Like it's 2.5 hours long. Never looked at my watch once. You know how uptight I get about running times. But it's so sleek and so gorgeous and so effortless. And yeah, you're right. It's lurid, but like it's elegant, lurid trash.
Well, what David Fincher did, and I think what made David Fincher such a distinctive director, everyone points out like the cinematography and the style he's been using for many years seems very, you can recognize a Fincher film, no matter who his DP is. That said, what I think Fincher's niche is he makes misery fun. Like, you know, all of his movies, Fight Club is cynical and apocalyptic. It's so much fun. Seven is depressing and bleak. It is so much fun. And that's what I missed from Girl with Dragon Tattoo. It wasn't fun. I feel like he was going through the motions. Here he's taking a story about dissolution of marriage, about isolation, about misery, about, you know, all these things we learn about all the time.
Middle-class malaise that men, women, and children totally drops the ball. Exactly. This one nails that so much better.
Exactly. See this instead. It is so much better. I had a great time watching.
I mentioned the supporting cast earlier. I want to point out Carrie Coon, who people will recognize from The Leftovers. She plays his twin sister. Neil Patrick Harris is in this.
Yes. We'll talk about his role a lot in another video. Carrie Coon, I just want to say, I give her a lot of credit for playing like 9 years older than she is, because she's got to play like Ben Affleck's twin sister. She's like 8-9 years younger than him. But she's amazing.
And she's the voice of reason. Like she's cool and she's like a party girl in some ways, but she also like tells him the truth when he needs it.
Kim Dickens is the detective. She's really good in this. Missy Pyle. Missy Pyle is the kind of ridiculous, obnoxious.
She's really amazing.
Who is Nancy Grace? She's a Nancy Grace figure.
Celia Ward is good in this.
Did anyone else laugh when Celia Ward, the murder victim from The Fugitive, asked Ben Affleck, who had replaced Harrison Ford as Jack Ryan, did you kill your wife? I saw that in the trailer. I'm like, okay, he's just taking the piss out of it now.
Good. I did not notice that until just now. That's really good.
All right, so we should do scores and then.
We have a whole section to do. Okay, so
8.6. I think it's not quite as meaningful as it looks, but it's sleek. It is great. It is so much fun. It's definitely must see.
I think this is a damn near perfect movie. I give it a 9.5.
9.2 from me, so that's a 9.1 from us. It is
87% on the Tomato Meter certified fresh.
Yes, so go see it and then come back and watch our special spoiler edition. Bye.